this spring, we just met her in the fall. She came to the fall gathering and she's coming back for the spring. So grandmother, I open the floor up to you. What is this ceremony of awakening for you, and what is alive for you at this very moment?
You don't ask small questions, do you?
I don't. Is there ever a small answer? I don't know.
I think it's an awakening, but it's an awakening that I would call remembering, because we all are already what we're awakening to. It's just remembering who we are. And, you see me now at 85. You should have seen me when I was 30. I was awakening okay, but not to what I'm remembering now. And I think that as we listen to each other, because all of us on here are one reflection. And if you're running in your head what you're going to say while somebody's speaking, you miss you, because you wouldn't be sitting in front of them listening if it wasn't something that was a piece of you. So I think that when people talk about oneness, it's great to say mitakuye or we're all one, but I'm not sure they really understand that we're all just energy, and that we're all sacred energy, and that Wankatanka, which is the Lakota word that means something holy moving, which is the one I like, really does have an intelligence and knows what it's doing. It's just that our human minds get in the way. And one of the things that I would like to share, and then I'm going to shut up, because like a Lakota, I can go on forever, is that as you say your prayers, and as you speak words, remember that if you criticize another political being or another being, that it takes 10 positive statements to reverse that. So all of the chatter out there that is giving the aggressors, I don't even want to use the word aggressors, those that are moving in a direction that's not in harmony with my heart, whenever we criticize them, we're empowering them. And that's so, if when I leave here, I don't leave anything but that understanding, and the understanding that every word you say is a prayer. End of conversation. That nothing comes into your life that you don't attract or manifest. And that you are so powerful and so loved that you can't imagine. You don't have that concept as long as you're in this 3-dimension. And to understand that, and understand that, I keep this on gallery because I like to see all the pictures of me, and some of you still have hair. and since I don't have much left, that's really a blessing to me. And you know, you're young and you're beautiful, and that's all I want to say. But just remember, I'm going to tell one story. I know I'm taking a lot of time.
No, please do. Tell us a story.
When I was in my 30s, I prayed and I said, I want everything that is not of love and light out of my life. That's a good prayer, isn't it? That means I'm being very positive. Well, within 7 days, I was served divorce papers. I lost my job. I lost my car, my house. I wrecked my car. My flowers all died, and I was homeless in 7 days. But everything that wasn't of love and light was gone. And so, you know, I always add on the end of whenever I pray, if it is for our highest and greatest good, if it is for my highest and greatest good. And even then, destruction oftentimes has to happen in order for something more beautiful to grow. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing. Such an important message. The integrity of our words and the power of our words. So thank you so much, Grandmother. Auntie Pooki Lee, you can unmute yourself, you beautiful, joyous being.
How beautiful. Oh, I love that we're remembering. We are remembering. I think that the awakening is our remembering. We're remembering who we are. We're remembering our power. We're remembering that we are a reflection one to another, that each one of us is I like to envision it like this. I see myself sitting in the center of the lotus, and all of the petals unfolded before and all around me are all of the beautiful beings in my life reflecting back to me. And so I look across this vast sea of beautiful faces and of these beautiful petals all around me. Some of them are much closer to me, and I can see their little lines in them, and I can smell the fragrance. And then some of them are way far out on the edge, and I can barely even decipher their shape, but I know that they're there. And yet all of this, we are like, for me, it's like sitting there and seeing the reflection back to me through every beautiful soul. And some souls have remembered that they are a part of me and I am them. And some have not. And so it's that beauty of sitting in that place of remembering that we are all a part of this beautiful, magnificent flower that's blossoming, right? And we get to see ourselves in this way. And so I know too that the full beauty of the lotus is realized upon its fullest blooming. And when it reaches its peak, when all of the petals have unfolded and are all pointing their faces toward the sun. That is when the most beautiful expression of the lotus is revealed. And so then how is it that we can embrace all those aspects of our being and love each one of them, even the ones that are maybe out of alignment with love? Because that's all that's happening. Where we see war breaking out, they're not aligned with love. We're just not in alignment. They're not in alignment. So then how is it that we can speak through the drum of our hearts that our ancestors have given us to our brothers and sisters and bring them back to that place where they can begin to feel their hearts again? Well, I want to share something with you. There's a beautiful, magnificent way in which we can do it. Each one of us right where we are, right where we are. So our feet, think about our feet. Think about how our feet walk the earth. Think about them pressed gently against the mother. And what is our offering in our footsteps? What are we giving to the earth? What are we giving to our mother? What is the heartbeat, the resonant heartbeat beating into the earth through the soles of our feet? And in that expression of our love, our grace, our wisdom, our receiving the gifts of the mother, right through our feet, we walk this earth so gently. And we can walk this earth. And what we know is that on the entire earth, all of our sisters and brothers are walking. They're all walking. They're all placing their feet on the same beautiful mother. And with each footstep and each heartbeat, they are saying a sacred prayer into the earth. And when we say our prayers into the earth through our feet in this way, we can reach our sisters and brothers in the Ukraine through the mother, through our feet, through the intelligent, infinite wisdom of nature. The collective intelligence is in the earth and the trees. If we want to speak, we speak through our feet to the earth. We can bring that love not only to Ukraine, but to Russia. Bring that love, bring them into our hearts and hold them in our hearts. This beautiful place of love. Every footstep, an infusion of love into the sacred Mother Earth. Every heartbeat, our hearts given to us by our ancestors, beating the resonant field of love into the Mother and bringing not only healing to our brothers and sisters on the other side of the earth, we also bring this sweetness to our Mother, in which she rejoices. So what are we awakening to in this spring equinox? What is coming forward? What from this damp soil touches our feet? She blesses us with her scent of life, of love. We are one. We are nature. We are love. We are. And that is what we're awakening to. And we're awakening to the power that we possess when we bring ourselves together in community and amplify our hearts in love, and forgiveness, deep forgiveness. Ho'oponopono. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Powerful times we are living in and called to hold the sacred heart of love and of peace for all of our family, all of our family. Many flowers in the garden, they all smell beautiful and wonderful and divine. So let us open our hearts, open our gardens to all that is to be received in this beautiful celebration of life and of ceremony as we celebrate each other. each flower within the garden. Thank you for hearing my words. Much aloha to you. Mm, mm, mm. And I'm so looking forward to our time together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Pooki Lee, for those very important reminders. Thank you so much. Forgiveness, love, be in your heart, walk the earth. Every footstep is a prayer. Thank you. I would like each and every one of you to meet a newcomer the first time at Serpent Mound. Our next speaker will be Willow Grace, Patricia Tate. Have you unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, pleasure to meet you. This is our first time in meeting. Welcome to Serpent Mound, Star Knowledge, Peace Summit, Equinox, Full Moon.
I'm new. Yes, I am blown away by the energy that is here and the people that I am connecting with. And I came several years ago, and then COVID hit and was not able to come back, and knew that this was going to be the year that I get to come back again. I came when there was the ceremony of tears. Yeah, and I there was an auction. Do you remember the auction?
Yes.
It was in the evening, and so this is synchronicity. Now, there was a quilt. I wanted it. It had the Fibonacci sequence, you know, the sequence that goes in a circle. And I had spoken to this woman. I don't know who the woman was. I don't know. And she was in charge of the auction. And I said, I just had spoke at length to this person, telling them I have to have this. I know I'm going to build a pyramid. I want the pyramid on top of it. And then we had to leave early. And so I put my final bid in, we left, we went back to the hotel, I came back and the quilt was gone. And this woman came up to me and said, I kept bidding for you. You could either pay me or not. The quilt is yours. And it was like, you can't make this stuff up. And yeah, I owe her thanks. She said, I only had to go $5 extra. And I'm like, I didn't even ask her. It was so, and the blessings, the synchronicity, the people that I've met, and it's time. I'm ready. I'm trying to rally the troops that are in my area, like the Cleveland area, to come on down, and it's time. Like, let's open up the floodgates and bring people out, and let's meet, and let's raise the vibration. Yeah.
Beautiful first experience for you to have.
Right. Yes. I'm just excited. Yeah, I'm excited because all these people that I see on here, I've seen your names, and some of them I've heard you speak. And so now, yay, I get to be with you like a kid in class.
Welcome so much to the family.
Thank you.
So appreciate that you are here. And again, such a beautiful story to share, and just a wonderful, wonderful first time experience. The woman that ran that was Deborah Bluebreaker. So you will get to see her again. So I think she would be thrilled if you told her the story again.
I will, because it goes underneath it. I had a vision of what things would look like and what I was going to be doing. And it was just a matter of pooling everything together. And she was just part of it. So I'm excited. I cannot wait to come down. I can't wait to share. And yeah, I'm excited.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So what is alive for you right now in this moment, and What is the ceremony of awakening to you?
I was hoping that things across the ocean would be a little bit more uplifting. So I do astrology, and I don't look at the predictive astrology, but I am following what other people are doing, and we need to all come together. We are entering another age of Aquarius, where it's going to it's like the 60s, where it's together, but it's more air, more email, phone, text, connecting with people that are far away. And I'm ready, and I'm excited, and I want to be part of this, and I want to align myself with people who are on the same path as I am, that because together we can do so much more. That's what Aquarius energy is. Aquarius is bring everybody together. You do not do anything alone. That together our combined energy helps and can connect. It's not about taking, it's about learn it to teach it. And so yeah, I'm excited. I'm just very excited about just coming there, bringing my husband. This will be my husband's first time there, so I'm super excited about that, and connecting with everybody and gaining some wisdom and knowledge, and being able to bring it back with me, truthfully bring it back with me and share it with the people that I'm bringing down. I think there's about 8 to 10 of us that they will be staying at one of the area hotels. That I know that everybody's going to walk it and talk it and feel it and take it back to their home state. And I'm hoping it's like you get it, you share it, and you take it back, and it's like the ripple effect. It's like dropping the pebble in. So yeah, my goal is to expose everybody to as many different unique things. Find your niche and share it, love it. Yeah. So for me, this is planting major seeds. This new moon that's coming up this week is about setting your new moon for dream it to believe it. And it's activating another 18-month cycle of change and evolution in everybody's lives. And I'm following synchronicity. And so we're all like linked, and I'm super excited because I see it astrologically, but and now I'm seeing it on a window here. Yeah. So I love y'all. I haven't met you in person, but I love y'all. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm
so
going to leave the
much.
pyramid there. I'm going to leave. So I'm going to leave the pyramid up. So the goal is to offer a workshop to the money is going to be put back into the fund for whatever pays for this. And then I'm going to hopefully leave it into a room where people can like maybe leave a donation and just to sit and meditate in it. Because I'm going to bring the what do you call those triboards that explain the synchronicity of the math, the Fibonacci sequence, the ley lines, the pyramid, what it's made of. And because even if you don't have money, you should still be able to feel it, embrace it. And, it's not about the money. It's about sharing the experience, because it truly does amp your energy. If you're close, it just takes you one notch higher. So yeah, I'm excited. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for that, that perspective as well on the astrology. There are many of us that do follow astrology, and many that, maybe it just hasn't crossed their paths just yet, but now you've awakened them to that, because this energy isn't just the 60s. It's the energies of World War II, and it goes.
It is. It is cyclical.
Yeah, this is revolutionary times, and
this
you are
is
all revolutionary. Yeah.
This is, yes. So I'm super excited. And if anybody wants to talk astrology on the downtime there, bring your birth information and I will bring my computer. We'll talk.
Beautiful. Thank you, Willow Grace.
Thank
you
you
so much. It's lovely to hear your voice. Thank you.
Thanks.
Miss Lisa, you didn't think you were getting on stage.
I did hope to stay out of this.
I thought so. I kind of felt that, but I'm going to call you out.
Any person that can lip read sees me start to swear as soon as my name's which is funny because I always have a lot to say, but I just don't. I have that little bit of Terry in me where I just don't really like talking to a computer as much as I'd like talking to the computer. So just a little bit awkward, but I don't know if it was Pooki or if it was Grandmother Barbara who'd said something, and it stirred this quote that I've heard recently inside me, or recently it stirred the memory of the quote inside me. And it was something along the lines of, destruction is construction or creation when it carries with it the seeds of the future. And I think it's so important to recognize that although these things may feel powerful and uncomfortable, it's also the requirements of growth and change. So even though what we might desire is not happening at this very moment, as long as we can remain in our heart and have set the intention for the safe resolution of all of these energies, and know that with it comes forth the seeds of the future. And I do believe we are in a very important time. Grandmother Mary Lyons is coming through. I just manifested her to get out of talking. Great grandmother Mary Lyons is coming through, yay. But I think that's my contribution to this. I'm so excited. This is my second time being at the event, at the gathering. And I'm just so thrilled to have found a soul family like this. So I feel like everything that I could have said has already been said and will be said some more by other reflections of myself. So with that, I will bow out and pass the mic. Thank you all.
Is Grandmother Mary Lyons coming in?
I admitted her. There she is.
Oh, hold on. Grandmother, welcome. We are so honored to have you join us. I know you are out there traveling, and this is truly, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and coming to spend this evening with us. And we are posing the question of what is alive for us right now, and what is the ceremony of awakening mean to you? So I would like to open that up to Grandmother Mary Lyons. Welcome.
Welcome. I am so sorry. I didn't even hear. I heard half what you were saying, so I apologize.
Oh, no. We are asking to hear from all the divine feminine. What is the ceremony of awakening? What does it mean to you? And what is alive for you right now in this moment with all that is happening within the world, and how it pertains to the ceremony of awakening?
Boy, that's a really good question. And I apologize for coming in late. I was trying to find some internet service and finally got my laptop. So first of all, Bonjour, Ani, Nijnibi Ikla Indisnakas. I'm saying hello. My name is Second Water Woman. My colonized name is Mary Lyons, and I stand in the middle of 7 generations. So I'm a great grandmother. And this question that you ask is, it's really a lot. And I don't know if I'm just I've been working, so I've been kind of taking in a lot of energy in this stuff. So I'm just, if you don't mind, let me get back to that question with you later, because I'm like,
Absolutely.
Wow, it's with everything that's going on, it's kind of difficult to condense it in a good way, if that's okay.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We will give Grandmother Mary Lyons some time to settle in. Again, so appreciate you coming here. And I always say to, I have the pleasure of facilitating a few women's groups. And I always tell the women, you arrive at exactly the perfect time, and there's no such thing as late. You arrive when you are meant to arrive. And I just want to thank you for arriving and being with us. So as we give Grandmother Lyons just a few minutes to center herself, she's had a very busy day, working all day, speaking all day. I'd like to take the time just to talk a little bit about the event. This event, if you have never been, or if you've only been once, twice, what have you, this gathering is literally a gathering of family. It is an experience, and it is so unique to each and every person that comes in attendance, but yet you see this reflection of you and everyone, and it's life-changing for everyone, but it's incredibly unique for each and every person that comes. I've always had this interesting experience that when I come near the serpent, that beautiful, divine, feminine visual that's right there on the earth, I always feel like each time I come, that whatever is with me and present in the moment is what she allows for me to shed the skin and to transform. And I could have a really incredible, beautiful, flowy year of a great experience of integrating something, or I can have a year of just shedding and then rebuilding. But each experience, no matter what, has been absolutely incredible. And to share that experience with each and every one of you that come in attendance is even more incredible, because we get to see more of ourselves, of who we are, of our authentic beings. We get to see the different perspectives coming from different people. And I feel really strongly that we learn so much by experiencing culture. It brings everything alive for us. Maybe we never understood the Aztec culture, but now all of a sudden the dancers are here, and all of a sudden that's alive for you in this moment, because that is your ancestry. That is your lineage. So you get to experience all these beautiful ceremonies, and not only are you in them, but you're literally involved in them. You are a part of it. You are what makes it ceremony, because it's your energy that is a part of it. And it is always such an honor to see each and every one of you there. And it's like every year I see old faces and new faces, and you literally see the energy change. And it's just like Willow Grace said, like the thought of taking it home. That's the idea. We have this incredible experience, and then we get to take it home to our communities and share that experience with our communities. And then it ripples out, which is also what Willow Grace said. It's so important that it ripples out. This event just touches the lives of so many, whether you are there in its presence or you are not. When you take it home to your communities, they get to experience it just as well. I had a incredible experience and honor of helping my father that raised me to pass. And we had this incredible experience. There was a fall event, and I did not go that particular fall because I wanted to stay back with my father. I did not want to miss a moment of his final days because I got to know this man, like the man. I got to know Joe, not my father. I got to know Joe. And he shared these incredible stories with me, dreams with me. And he would go in cycles, and he would roll into the process of death and dying, and then he would come back. And the second time he went into his process, Terry and Thomas called me. And as I was sitting with my father, she's like, hold on. And she got Zach Coons involved and a couple other people involved. And as my father is laying there in his process, they are singing, they are drumming, they are praying. Zach read a poem of Saint Francis in Latin. And I was in tears at the end because I said to him, how did you know? My father felt that Mass wasn't Mass unless it was done in Latin. And there was Zach singing to him. You know, this is family. And once you meet these people, they are forever your family. You're stuck with us forever. And whenever it's amazing, like I didn't even know I needed that from them, but Terry had a feeling of what was going on. She gave me a call, called in the troops. And then at that particular ceremony, they also did a beautiful ending in prayers for my father. And my father passed peacefully with my daughter and I at his side. And it was because of each and every one of you that were there and present. And I remember when my father woke up when he came back after they sang to him and drummed for him. And I told him what happened. And I'm like, Dad, like Zach sang to you in Latin. Like, I can't believe he knew. And my dad just like looked at me and he like closed his eyes for a moment. And he's like, why? I don't understand. And he's like, they don't know me. And I'm like, no, Dad, they know you because they know me. They know you and they're there for you and they're going to help you through this. So it was a beautiful experience. And these are the type of experiences that you have with these people, with this family that is forever expanding, forever growing. And you forever grow and transform for just attending, for just coming. Don't come with any expectations, no obligations, no preconceived ideas of what you're going to do. It's almost like you got to throw caution to the wind and just be present, and just be in the moment and watch the magic unfold and watch the serpent shed her skin and release you of all that you came with. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience. And this year is truly, this spring is experience after experience. Every night we are going to end with amazing ceremony. Friday night we have the moon dance. Look out, world, I'm sharing this egg. Michael lent me this egg. It's for everybody. It's not just for me, it's for all of you. Saturday night, Grandmother Barbara Vitale is doing an amazing Celtic ceremony that you're all going to be a part of. And Sunday night, we end with an amazing snake dance that every time I do it just gives me chills. So each and every day is chock filled with beautiful beings sharing their wisdom and helping you to remember who you are, and that next you will be up on that stage. You will be the one speaking, carrying this on and rippling out. So is grandmother Mary Lines? Yes.
Still here.
Grandmother. How are you feeling now? Do you feel like this is a good time to talk? Would you like me to carry on?
Well, God, I haven't been to the Serpent Mountain in probably what, 3 years? Maybe 4
Yes.
years. It's been a while.
Mhm.
And like you said, each time whatever you bring seems to appear, it manifests itself, it comes, flowing through the hollow bone, those words are there. But I think we're locked in this time of just being, we sent out to the universe all this stuff for the last almost 2 years that I'm tired of working and I want to spend more time with my kids. I want and I need, and just wanting to relax. Well, apparently the universe heard us, right? And so, when COVID hit, I don't know why people were in such fear, because it seems like every 100 years, this seems to take place and grounds us. And how do we get through there? And we were just talking earlier that it seems like after every pandemic, there seems to be somewhat of a war brewing. How does that come about? So then you have to really think about, the world as of today, and who are the current children that are going to be the adults that are going to be the leaders. And they're the ones that are marching in the streets saying, they want peace. So what we envision and what we see within, like, the 60s and the 70s and this stuff, it was, all out war and wanting to do this. But there's something different happening, because the people are standing up and they're speaking their truth, and they're bringing forth that, I guess I do have to stand with everybody to say, what I really want. Most of all, what do I expect? They have to be part of the partnership of the oneness. They can no longer sit back and just be lazy and watch the world go by, because the world right now, within the water and the air and the fire, is starting to come upon us two-legged people. And it's saying to us, wake up. It's time to wake up. You can no longer be lazy. This what is happening right now is you brought upon yourself, and now it's up to you to face your own truths, to mask your own fears, unmask your own fears and this stuff, and move forward and stand with the oneness of saying, you want a healthier planet, you want a healthier self. We can sing our tunes to being as healthy and within spirit as all we want, but if we don't have a healthy planet to be in, then really, what is it for? So that we have to leave that grandiose thinking, and we have to take care of our home, our backyards, right along with taking care of ourselves. So we're really facing a lot of the 7 teachings, as we know it, as the 7 Ojibwe, Anishinaabe, grandfather, grandmother, and sacred teachings and out there of truth, wisdom, bravery, love, humility. And we're really having to use it as a report card to hold the balance. And we can no longer be part of a cartoon that you can create and erase. We're in this real world. This is real truth. We can't just sit back and say at a point, well, I'm going to manifest it at the moment. That is a selfish thought. You have to be in that moment 24/7. And so, it's like what's happened in Ukraine is very painful. I have a lot of friends over there. I have a lot of friends in Russia and in northern Russia, the Sami, the tribes and that up there. But what we hear, we have to be able to listen to the truth and not what is put before us for a benefit of somebody else. So we have to be in that rhythm, that energy of prayer and thought, and to stand with those individuals for that peaceful, we can do it. The thing is, we just have to stop being lazy, sitting on our butts and just watching. I mean, there's tens of thousands of us against one leader. Come on, and that's what we're talking about, is being responsible as a human and standing forth. So, I think we just have to start being adults, and we have to be responsible. We have to be good relatives to one another. We have to be good neighbors to one another. We have to deal with the truth, and sometimes the truth is not pretty. So what we have to really sit about is, like I said, it's really awesome to sit within the richness of the energy and the harmony in out there. And I think it can be brought in, and I think it really should be closed with that. But within this space needs to have truth, and it needs to have dialogue. It can't be put, I always say, a romantic novel is written out of, I wish life was like. You can't live that way anymore. You have to be the person that is the romanticizer and make things happen. And you do that by being honest and telling the truth and saying, what am I willing to do? What am I willing to do to be that good relative, that good neighbor? How am I going to be part of being part of the solution? Because I've sat in the sidelines much too long being part of the problem by just ignoring what's happening in life. We can sit by and have a wonderful life and live our lives in the stuff in out there, but that doesn't make us any greater than anybody else by ignoring what's happening around us. That's not being a good neighbor. So we have to be accountable, not only to the air, to the water, to the fire, to the earth, to the four-leggeds, to the sky animals, the water animals, everything. But we have to realize and really appreciate that breath that we first remember when we wake to that last breath when we go to sleep. Does that make sense? And so when you asked that question earlier, I had been thinking about certain things in that there, because I meet so many awesome people along my travels and out there, and a lot of questions that is posed to myself or other grandmothers in that there is, help me. And that's one of the worst things you can hear, is because we have to throw back on them and say, oh, you're asking an old person for help when you're very capable of helping yourself. And the thing is, what we can do is help show you your empowerment button, because you've got more strength in you that you don't realize than we do now, as we've got one foot, out of this world right now. And so, and that's what I mean by being accountable, of being responsible for yourself, because you can manifest and make everything happen around you. So if you're living in crap, guess who did it? So you have to learn that responsibility of picking your feet out of what you actually dumped yourself into and move forward and do it. And that's what I mean about taking responsibility and stop being lazy. And that's being a good relative. And that's being a good relative towards yourself, because we believe our ancestors are in us and they're all around us. So if you hold yourself contained in a cell of BS, you're forcing all these wonderful beings and energies that brought you here in that space. And when you cry, pitiful me, you don't even realize what your ancestors from time past had gone through just to sit here and to have you whine. You don't even know what they went through. So you could park yourself in a beautiful apartment, nice shoes and nice clothes and stuff. When they went barefoot and they starved or did whatever they had to do, bring you across the oceans
to escape all the harm and the stuff and that there. We have to embrace ourselves with time and appreciate those links from the past, because we can't move forward in the future if we don't embrace that past. We talk about organic, but yet we're still crying about, you know, the cost of food and the storing out there. That's not organic, you know, and being responsible to the land and nurturing off it. You know, there's many places that do. And it's so awesome to be there. But organic even goes beyond that. It's your thinking and it's the breathing and it's who you are, is honoring those four elements, that breath, that water. You know what it is. Just don't expect other people to do it for you and bring it to your table. You know, I know in my past years of the past decade and stuff, being a water protector and having to fight big oil companies and all kinds of weather and stuff, just so people can realize what clean water is and how our water within our continent here is in so much danger. And not only that, the air quality and how these two things are such commodities for larger corporations and this stuff, and they don't realize what they're doing to the planet or even to the people, because you don't know if that air that you're breathing is making you depressed. There's one thing that's happening is we have a lot of medical companies, pharmaceutical companies that are making big bank off us people that are feeling that we are so weighed down that we don't even notice what's happening around us. And so we have to wake up. When you're speaking about awakening, the awakening is within your own true self. You have to be alert and aware. Can you imagine your ancestors 300-400 years ago, 500 years ago, 700 years? If they didn't know what was happening around them, none of us would be here, because the predators that perpetrated this stuff would have just came in, and boy, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So that's why I say we have to get back to real life, and that's being responsible to ourselves first, and we have to walk within those 7 teachings. And those 7 teachings, any one of these can pull it up. And it's not so much as question of where are you at it? That is only for you to answer to. Where is my ability? What can I do? You know, I have to be true to myself, because if you're not true to yourself, your words that are coming in and speaking to an audience that are listening, there's no containment for it if you don't walk your talk. Does that make sense? Boy, that was it was just like, you know, now I got to go smudge and stage offering this stuff. But the thing is, I'm excited to come back. And I don't know if any of you know this, but, you know, I'm kicked out of the Serpent Mound in that area for life. I disturbed it. They heard. Anyways, I'm kicked out. Well, anyways. And that's okay. That's okay. But to be still within that space, and still don't know, you know, I prayed, you know, and, you know, so be it. That for everyone that comes, I know they come with good tension, good heart. It feels good. It feels good to listen to the music. It feels good to taste. Feels good to have the conversations in there. But this is kind of like everybody that's doing a lot of work that are coming here from around the world. This is kind of like our adult camp, our healing circle, you know. It's like we don't have to explain ourselves to one another. We just be, you know, and what comes. And the natural conversations that come. So when I come to the Serpent Mound, I come as a student and I listen to everybody, and I just fill with everything that they do in this stuff. And it gives me such strength when I leave there, and such positiveness that I can move forward again. And not only that, I get to hug my sister, you know, Carrie, I love her. I just adore her. And so I get to embrace somebody, a relative I haven't seen in a long time. There's going to be a lot of people that I know there that I just, and it's just so good to be and not really have to explain or feel that, you know, did they get my message or whatever it may be. It's humbling, and I think it's a real self-care to a lot of people that are doing a lot of work, a lot of energy work, you know, just being what you best can be at. Does that make sense? Now I'm muting myself.
We don't want you to. We can hang on to your
Thank you.
every word. Thank you so much, grandmother. That was just such beautiful words, incredible reminders, and so many of the women tonight touched on such important aspects to help us to remember, be impeccable with our words, to walk the earth. Every walk, every step is a prayer, to be responsible, to open ourselves to all perspectives, even if it's something that we're not familiar with, like astrology. Like there's so much around us. Just be open, be aware, listen, and be able to listen and to truly hear what is behind the words as well. So I just want to thank each and every one of you tonight for just being here, being in this space, for taking the time out of a Sunday evening to spend with us, and holding space for all these women that used their voices tonight and shared such incredible wisdom and insight for each and every one of us. I so look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the coming weeks, not only in the Zoom